The Lions have not had the most success getting to the quarterback in the 2024 NFL season, and Aiden Hutchinson was pretty much responsible for most of our pass rush. Now, I haven't counted the sacks for the Detroit Lions. I believe we are at 22 and a half, and that is including the 7.5 that we got from Aiden Hutchinson. So 15 sacks have come from the other players not named Aiden Hutchinson, and that is including the now 2 sacks that Zadarius Smith has with the Detroit Lions. He's played 3 games for us. He got a half a sack in his first game and then a sack and a half this last game against the Chicago Bears. And even with his help and the acquisition of Zadarius Smith, we still have trouble getting to the quarterback. Now, we are winning games. And that's what matters at the end of the day. But now this playoff stretch is coming. And in the playoffs, which the Detroit Lions have a 99% chance to make it, we are pretty much guaranteed to be in. We're going to face the cream of the crop, the top 7 teams or 6 teams in the NFL. And if the Lions get or in the NFC, if the Lions get the bye week, then we're going to be one of 4 teams remaining. Are we going to be able to get to the quarterback? Now, even before that, we have a 5-game stretch of Josh Allen, Jordan Love, Caleb Williams. We've got Brock Purdy, and then we end with Sam Darnold. Now, Sam is probably the less mobile of all of them, or maybe Brock Purdy. But when the time comes, are we going to be able to get to the quarterback? That has been my primary concern. It's never really been for the NFL season. It's been in the NFL playoffs. I am still going to die on this hill that if we had a pass rusher when we were playing the San Francisco 49ers, a pass rush, I should say, outside of Hutch, I think we would have gone to our first ever Super Bowl. But over 26,000 of you have heard me talk about it and complain and cry and whine and moan and every other word that you can think of about the pass rush, and I am still a big advocate of that. Now, we did sign some people from practice squads. Caden Mohammed is doing his thing, but we can never use too many pass rushers. I got a prescription. I got a fever, and the only prescription is more pass rush. One day I'm going to get that right. But you guys have heard me say it, but what about a coach that is probably one of the greatest, if not the greatest coaches of all time, or at least in our modern day? Well, he was on the Pat McAfee show today. I believe he has like a segment on there, him, Aaron Rodgers, on different days or whatever. And he had something to say about the Lions defense, but more specifically about the pass rush. Let's hear what Bill Belichick had to say about the Detroit Lions pass rush.
You had roles as the DC GM and as head coach, so I wanted to ask you about this because Brad Holmes, MC DC, and Aaron Glenn have a situation on the defensive side of the ball where they are just taking injury after injury after injury. Here is where they started the season, and the Red Lions are obviously guys that have gotten hurt and are out for the season. As those roles, like is Aaron Glenn, is he doing stuff defensively, schematically differently now because guys are out? What is Brad Holmes doing? What's Coach Dan Campbell doing for the team? What's the situation here when you've got a great team that is just banged up on the defense side of the ball?
Right. Well, I think that the Lions, again, whether that's Coach Campbell or Brad Holmes or whoever it is, have certainly tried to address the pass rush situation. And I think that needs to be addressed. They don't get very much pressure on the quarterback. A lot of the sacks that they do get are because the quarterback holds the ball for an extended period of time. And they've gotten a lot of sacks in the fourth quarter when they've been ahead, in obvious passing situations. In spite of the fact that they're statistically a very good third down team, I think that's, going to be an issue for them against the better teams that they play, like it was in the first half of the Houston game where they were down by, whatever it was, 2 touchdowns just at halftime. So I think those are the issues that they're looking at defensively, pass rush, and how much man-to-man coverage they can actually play. I think Branch has had a fantastic year. He's been responsible, it looks to me like, for the majority of their pass breakups, interceptions. He's even caused some interceptions by, taking away or caused sacks by taking away a route and forcing the quarterback to hold the ball. I think he's had really a great year for him. I think the rest of the secondary and the rest of the pass rush can certainly be improved, and I think they're trying to do it. And so that's what they should do, is to try to either schematically or maybe with an acquisition of a player, try to, get more of an edge rush to work with McNeil inside, or use some linebacker pressures to, to try to beef up the pass rush. They really haven't rushed the passer very effectively. I think when the numbers are a little misleading because of the amount of time that the quarterbacks have held the ball. And I would say the quarterbacks have missed a lot of open receivers that had they seen them or hit them, it would have been, it would have been interesting to see how some of those had gone.
Feels like you think it's going to be tough to finish this thing out for the Detroit Lions.
Well, I think I won't say it's going to be tough. I think they need to do better than they've been doing. I think they've gotten away with some things, and it looks good now. I just don't know if it's going to last against really good passing teams,
playoff
or quarterbacks that can extend plays a little bit. Like I said, they got into a lot of trouble against Houston, and I know they ended up winning that game, but still, it wasn't all about the interceptions. It was about defensively, some of the things that they gave up, and I just worry when they get against a good offensive team. If Love has a good day, if Darnold has a good day, which I didn't think really either one of them did, what that would look like.
Lions Packers Thursday
night. Now they can outscore people, and look, if they have to win 42-41, they're probably capable of doing that. But I think to really be a well-balanced team, be a championship team, they want to be better on defense.
You always see those Super Bowls, just big time.
Well, obviously that audio was coming from the courtesy of the Pat McAfee show. And I just got one critique to that entire segment, is the fact that I'm going to need you to put some respect on my man Kirby Joseph's name. Kirby Joseph has 7 interceptions. Brian Branch has 4. So Brian Branch is not the one getting all the interceptions. We got to put some respect where respect is due, man, on Kirby Joseph. But Brian Branch is still a dog as well. But I really don't have anything to say, and I'm curious to know, what do you guys feel? He's one of the best, if not the best, to ever do it. He's saying something very similar. Obviously, I'm not trying to take anything away from Dan Campbell, but that has been my gripe, is that when it has been tough for us to get to the quarterback. It really has, even with Zadarius Smith. Now, do I think things would be better with Hutch? Yes, but the reality is Hutch is not an option right now. He's 43 days into his injury. I saw on Twitter today that he, for House of Hutch or whatever, he's walking and he looks real good, man. He looks a little leaner than he's been, obviously not being able to work out, and maybe his diet, his regimen is not the same, but he still looks good. I was trying to really look and see if I could see any scarring or stitches on his leg or whatever, but I couldn't see any. But he's not an option for us right now. And we have brought in a lot of guys, and we just brought in Jamal Adams, and we brought in another individual from Seattle with the last name Adams, and Al Caden's doing this thing. Zadarius, obviously. We brought in Quan Alexander. We brought in a dude from the Rams practice squad. So as you heard him say at the end, that Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell are trying to address that, and that they might be able to do it through schematically as well. So it's by no means the end of the road, but I'm curious to know, what do you think? What do you have to say about like Bill Belichick saying it? Like, I've said it for years, and I still continue to say it. What do you think about Bill Belichick saying it? He might not be coaching now, but he was probably the best coach in the NFL for the last 20 years, I think, or until Brady, left. So he left in 2020. So I would have to say at least the last 15-ish, at least. And then Andy Reid is up there as well. So that's why I'm saying, and we're at the point now that we need all the bodies we can. I don't think that we're done losing people. I know you guys are going to hate to hear this, but the reality is we have 5 more games before the games really start to that 1-game elimination. And we don't know what's going on with Pascal, how long he's going to be out. We have no idea what's happening with Levi, how long he's going to be out. It sounds like Levi could miss some time. And we just keep on bringing up these bodies. So one more body to go on the practice squad to help us out with maybe an elevation would not help at all. So let me know what you think about Bill Belichick and his thoughts about the Detroit Lions not being able to get to the quarterback. I really feel the same way. I've been saying that. We're winning games and we're making other things happen, but when it matters, when we face, if you look at the if we head to the playoffs right now, and we talked about this before, right now, we would have to face a Jordan Love, a Sam Darnold, I had the playoff picture pulled up, and I don't have it up. I don't have it pulled up now. But when if we get a bye week, we get 3 games. We got 3 games to win, right? So if the Lions have the first seed right now, the Packers are currently the 6th seed. The Minnesota Vikings are the 5th seed. They're going to be 3 NFC North teams in the playoffs. So if the Lions are the first seed, they're going to face like the 7th seed. Seattle is number 3 or 4 right now, so they're going to face a 7th seed. Then they're going to face the lower seed of the remaining one in the divisional round. I mean, in the NFC title game. Then in the Super Bowl, which is when it's really going to matter. Like, it's going to matter leading up to that as well. You're going to face one of 3 quarterbacks: Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, or Josh Allen. And we're going to play Josh Allen in 2 weeks. So we'll be able to maybe game plan around him. He might be, I know he's a freak, but he might be, we'll have some film on him from when we played him. So I don't know. We played Mahomes last year and we played Lamar last year. So I don't know. Put in the comment section. Which, with the current roster heading into, we don't know Jamal Adams and the new guys we brought in, Quan. We haven't seen them play for the Lions yet. So we can't count them. Put in the comment section, which of those 3 quarterbacks from the AFC would you like to face in the Super Bowl with our current roster? Because we don't know for sure if Hutch is coming back. I think he is, but we don't know for sure. That's what I want to know. Put in the comments, and we'll have some fun. Put in the comments, who would you rather face now, and who would you rather face if the roster stayed just like it is, and Hutch comes back for the Super Bowl, gives you 15 snaps. Which quarterback would you rather face then? Let me know down in the comments below. Want to again show everybody the Ridge wallet, man. Something that I love. This thing, I did not know how I was going to like it. I have 8 cards in here. I've got my wallet. I've got my debit card, a couple credit cards, my health insurance card, my FSA card. I realized that it was a lot of stuff that I didn't need. I think what I'm going to do is I'm also going to put my Imagine loyalty card in here as well. I realized that I had a lot of junk. I used to drive a school bus. And when you have a CDL and you drive, you need an MDOT card. And if you drive a school bus, you need the MDOT is the medical card. You have to get like a physical done every year. And then when you drive a school bus, there's this mandatory teaching that you have to be a part of. And you have to carry this card around with you at all times. I had those cards in my wallet. But check this out. I haven't driven a school bus in over 6 or 7 years, and it was still in my wallet. I had cards in my wallet that I didn't even know that I had. So it made me clean it out. It made me get down to the basics, and it still got room for more. And this thing is beautiful. Beautiful. My only fear now is that I'll lose it. I haven't lost my wallet in over 30 years, man. So I'm going to start now. But anyway, you'll see the product link pop up on the screen. You can use promo code YouTube10, YouTube110 to save 10% off the already discounted Ridge wallet prices. All right. So this channel is made possible by viewers, subscribers, and members just like you. You can be anywhere else on YouTube, but you choose to rock with me. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other. And as always, go Lions.